It's Danica with your daily dose with Danica today. So I didn't really have a whole pressing topic to speak on today, but other than just really wanting to encourage each of you to know that you have a voice and to be able to use your voice. And so, for you, the best way to share my expertise on this subject is to share my story. So, I grew up with the core belief that my best would never be good enough, and the voices inside my head that weren't my own were telling me that was operating under were, why are you even trying? Look what you've done. You've made this mess. You've done this. You can't even do this right. And whether or not that was the intention behind the messages I was receiving, that is what I personally heard from the actions and the words from the people who were speaking them. And so, because I never felt like I had a place, I never felt safe. And this was from childhood. So I never felt safe, and I never felt like there was a place for me to just belong, or that I was accepted for who I am, not what I did. Because clearly my actions, just my being alive, wasn't good enough from everything that was all of my input. And so that led me to this internal dialogue of personally knowing that something wasn't right, but yet externally being told that this is who you are. And I just was always struggling with, but I don't know how to verbalize that this is what I'm thinking, this is what I'm saying, this is what I want to do and be and have, because anytime I tried, I got shut down. And that led me to, when I was a teenager, dieting, which led me to anorexia by the time I was 19. And by the time I was 23, I was full on bulimic, overtime, full-time job I never took a vacation from. And I have no idea how I'm still alive. I should not have my teeth. These vocal cords of mine should not be functioning. There's absolutely no explanation, scientific, physical, whatever, for me being here right now, other than the grace of God. I tried countless times to kill myself, 2 full-on attempts, other times just mini attempts, if you will, just because I wanted the pain to stop. Not necessarily because I wanted someone to see me, but I just was telling myself that I was so unworthy of being around, and that just my presence was causing everybody around me pain. I just needed it to stop. And decades, more years of life than not, I spent with my head in the toilet. How they say, if you do something for 10,000 hours, then you're a master at it. I'm like triple platinum master at bulimia. I became fabulous at knowing how much to spend, how much $20 would buy me for a binge, and how long it would take each thing to throw up. And it was amazing how good I was at being a bulimic, but I still wasn't learning and functioning, and I was still functioning. And it's on the outside to the external world. Um, One day I realized, when I was with my boys who were young at the time, they were maybe 6 and 4, um, that I wouldn't even make a good babysitter for these young men, and I wouldn't hire me. So how could I possibly parent them effectively with the life that I was leading? And most people didn't even know it was happening. And so it was, I, long story long, I ended up not seeing my kids for almost 6 years. And I missed kissing them goodnight. I missed watching them do their school plays. I missed their formative years. But in that time, I also knew that the reason I wasn't around them was because if I were responsible for them ending up like me and living in this hell that I had been living in, that would have been a fate worse than death. And so I made the hardest call of my life, and I separated myself from them so that I could get myself together and then be a better presence for them at some point. And during that time, I may not have exactly found my voice, but I found my path to my voice and my purpose. And my story, which I will continue tomorrow, will hopefully inspire you to take this time that we have to be still, to know that your voice matters, to know that there are people out here who want to hear what you have to say, that what you've gone through that now emblazons your passion is the message that we all need to hear, because someone's going through exactly the same thing, maybe a different surface. What's the word I'm looking for? Maybe it might look different on the outside, but internally the root is the same. And so just take the time that you have right now to know that you're worthy. And if you can't find that space, reach out to me. Reach out to someone who you know loves you unconditionally and supports you forever, and just spend time with them. Allow them to pour into you. You're not supposed to hold the world up by yourself. We were not created for that at all. We need community. Even though we're supposed to be, excuse me, socially distant right now, this is the best time to reconnect with those people who love us and who we love and trust. There's no better time than right now to find your tribe, find your community, and reconnect with them, but more importantly, reconnect with your true self and your passion to share your story. It's scary, but it's important. So I applaud you. I'm here for you. I'm grateful for you. And I am so excited to see what comes next for you on your journey. I love you. I hope you enjoy this day wherever you are, whatever time of day it is. And please know for sure that I'm always here for you. Thanks for checking in, and always feel free to reach out to me. I mean that with everything in me. There were times when I was laying on the bathroom floor, desperate to die, and knowing somebody told me I could reach out to them, but I didn't want to bother them. I'm alive for you. Reach out to me. Okay? Thank you. Peace.